We're late, but we're live.
All right. Welcome. It is now what 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Virginia. Welcome to the Guitar Gear Locker. And yeah, so today is actually live show 60. We hit the big 60
60,
today.
that's right.
You know. So and also we will have on special guest Jorgan Christensen, who will be on in a few. Um, so I guess before we get going with all that, I mean, I guess it just address the another fallen guitar hero of mine, Phil
Yeah.
Campbell. Motorhead just passed away a few days ago, and it's funny. I did a post on Instagram about it, and my wife is a huge fan of Phil Campbell, just as well as I am, and she brought it up, a few weeks ago about he's so criminally underrated as a guitar player and as a songwriter. And I was like, yeah, I said, I would consider him one of the great hard rock guitar players ever, and,
Right.
but yeah, really kind of threw me off guard. And if anybody knows Phil, after Lemmy passed away, he's had a band with his sons called Phil Campbell and the Bastards.
Right.
And I actually, funny story about him. I met him a few years ago playing a festival. I can't remember. I still keep, it really skips me what one it was, but um, so, typical Motorhead stuff, I guess. I was taking a leak in the toilet, and here comes Phil Campbell walking in, and just goes next to me. He starts taking a leak. Hey, mate, how's it going, mate? Just like start talking to me. I'm taking a leak and just kind of looking at him. Fuck, Phil Campbell. Holy shit.
I'm gonna
You
let
know,
you, man.
but yeah, so
I didn't
hey,
want to
there.
interrupt the urinal story.
You, you hear us okay, Jorgen?
Why did I miss that?
Can you hear us okay?
Hey guys. Hey Alex. Hey Roger.
How you doing? Good to meet you.
Yeah. Doing it.
Yeah.
Doing good.
So
I'm confused but happy. How are you?
Yeah. So first
Do I look like shit?
welcome to
Good.
the show. This is my friend Jorgen Christensen of many bands, Dead Awaken, Sentinx, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We can go on
That's good.
your resume,
Yeah.
in the Swedish death metal scene. And I guess what's been a couple weeks since I saw you, right? It was Poland.
Yeah. That was in Gdansk, Poland.
Yeah. So
My wife and I did a crazy vacation thing.
yeah. Like, hey, we go on vacation, we can see Immolation too in Poland. Why not? So
Wasn't the first time.
yeah. So good to have you on the show. And before we get into, I want to kind of get into your background and how you got into music and playing guitar. I was just touching on, recently we just lost Phil Campbell of Motorhead.
Yeah, that sucks.
I know you like the later era of Motorhead, like me as well. So it's really a criminally underrated guitar player. Phil is. He really doesn't get the credit he rightfully deserves. I think as a songwriter and as a player.
Oh, have to agree there.
Yeah.
I think with some of my favorite eras of Motorhead is probably the period that did as a 4-piece, with both Phil and Virgil.
Yeah,
like
that's right.
Sacrifice, love those albums.
Yeah, and Sacrifice, what an amazing record. Later stuff, and first time I don't know if you got to see Motorhead with Phil or not, but I saw him a few times, and I think the first time I didn't get to see them with, obviously with Fast Eddie Clarke or Brian Robertson, but I did get to see them on the Rock and Roll tour, which was with Slayer and Overkill in
that's right.
1988. I guess that was the first time I saw them. Yeah, they were amazing, and that was right when Phil Taylor came back for a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Never saw him.
Yeah, but they were amazing. I mean, when is Motorhead bad? Never, I don't think anybody could say they've seen a bad Motorhead show.
No, very consistent. You know what you get.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. But yes, I guess we'll get into a little bit. I want to kind of get into your background. So what was it like growing up? I mean, did you have a lot of music in the house? or was it something that you found that led you into playing guitar? Was there a moment that you can remember?
That's a good question. When I grew up, I mean, no one in my family played an instrument. My mother used to play guitar when she was younger, but she had an accident at her first job and cut one of her fingertips. So that was the end of her guitar career. But no one really played an instrument. But I started loving music very early in life. But that was pretty much what my parents listened to, like Bonnie M, ABBA, Simon and
Right.
Garfunkel, etc. But somewhere there in my early teens or possibly earlier, I discovered Kiss. And I usually, I always, I often fall for the odd song that no one else pays attention to or really recognizes or even likes. So I got into "I Was Made for Loving You" with
Oh,
Kiss.
okay.
So that kind of opened the door.
Sure. Yeah, I was one of those obsessive Kiss fans when I was a kid. So.
Oh yeah.
It always stuck with me. I mean, Kiss never really went away from me. It's like I still listen to all those early records, especially the 70s stuff. And I like some of the 80s stuff too.
Oh yeah. My favorite albums by Kiss are probably like "Lick It Up" or "Creatures of the Night."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Both great albums. Actually.
Slightly darker, slightly heavier, slightly harder. But
yeah.
But I mean, I must admit that part of it, getting into metal, getting into music was, the aesthetic part of it too. The visual aspect of things. What really caught my interest in guitar was probably seeing pictures of all Wasp, all Mötley Crüe, Kiss. Factor there is all those bands played BC Rich guitars. I used to be a sucker for BC Riches. I still have a bunch of those. But I mean, strong, visual impact of those things.
Sure.
As a bonus, they're really good instruments. But yeah, I kind of hooked that end of things first.
Yeah.
But
it was like the Flying V for me. First seeing that. And then
my first guitar was the Flying V clone. I still have it, or I have it again.
Oh wow!
Yeah, my mom gave me a Cort Flying V for my 13th birthday.
Nice.
So that was like 40 years ago. And I sold it far too early to get something better, or I thought I needed something with a bar. I sold it far too early. I mean, started regretting that. I mean, there was a lot of love behind that birthday present. So I began regretting getting rid of it. So 28 years later, I managed to get it back. It's in terrible condition, but it's like,
is it the same exact guitar?
Oh yeah.
Really?
It's a terrible condition, but I love it. If you give me like 18 seconds, I'll go get it.
Sure. I'll throw some comments up while you're going.
Be right back, okay?
Yeah, sure. Let's see it.
Yeah, we have Jed with us this week.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
we have Cheesy Cheech.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I
some
know
of them are probably bots. One of them, they see it. Somebody gets in here. I just have to throw this up here so I can say a smart ass comment. So they get up here and see a bunch of guitars and three guys, and they're like, "What are you talking about? Wow. You probably should just tune out."
Look at that thing. Wow.
So I mean, it's full of stickers. It's done a lot of punk miles on the roads.
Yeah, I can see.
But
wow.
It's in terrible condition, but it's like one of my most prized possessions ever.
Sure.
It will go down with me when they put on the lid,
Yeah.
So,
it's kind of like probably one of the ones that Michael Denner used or Hank Sherman or kind of like the one Michael Denner probably
I think you're right. It's just got one humbucker volume and tone.
Yeah.
So
wow. That is cool.
Yep, this changed everything for me.
Sure.
We wouldn't be sitting here talking to each other if it wasn't for this guitar. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, Denner. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah.
So I managed to get that guitar back 28 years later, and it's never leaving me again.
Yeah,
right.
So, I hear you about Flying V's.
Yeah. And like you said about BC Rich, it was like the shape, and I remember like, oh, wow, the bitch. Like when I saw the BC Rich bitch, I think it was probably Joe Perry or somebody playing it. And then
Yeah.
fast forward, I saw Dave Mustaine playing the bitch,
Of
and
course.
Hanneman got one, and man, I was like, wow.
Jeff Hanneman.
Yeah, and then I tried some of the Beast of Riches, and I was just like, yeah, the shapes are cool, but it just, it wasn't as good as a playing guitar compared to like a Jackson or Charvel.
I remember you being more of a Jackson guy back in the day.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Jackson.
I remember you being more of a Jackson guy. I took the Beast of Rich Road, and you took the Jackson Road. So.
Yeah. They were kind of like, if you got a Jackson or a USA Charvel or something like that, that was like the ultimate guitar, to get back in those days.
But I mean, the US made Beast of Riches are as good. They're more inconsistent, They're like very handmade. You can tell they're very different from each other.
Sure.
I've had a bunch. I must have had like 50 or 100 total of US made Beast of Riches.
Mm-hmm.
They're very different. They're very individual.
Yeah.
So if you get a really good one, it's like pretty much as good as it gets. But they are different from Jacksons and Charvels.
Oh yeah, but I played this. A friend of mine owned a gunslinger, and so it was from the late '80s, and it was a USA one, and that guitar had one of the best necks I ever played on. That's the Beast of Riches, but it was basically they were trying to copy Charvel, at that time period, to jump on the shred bandwagon. Yeah, but man, really great guitar, man. Amazing guitar, actually. Hum single configuration on it. And,
it's a basic shredder.
Yeah, absolutely. So but yeah, let's go back a little bit and let's get into the 80s, and being a part of that scene in Sweden, where at the same time was happening in the tri-state area here. There was like a few of us that were playing this heavier, darker music, and then the same thing was going on over in Sweden at the same time as us. So you can kind of bring me back to some of those days, how you got into that whole scene and playing the heavier, darker music.
Oh yeah, that was a ride. I was always the goofy kid who got into things for all the strange reasons. We started a band when I was about to turn 16. Ended up being a pretty early Swedish death metal band named Abhoth. It's like we never got anywhere, but I understand we've like earned a certain cult status in recent years. Now you have kids that work in a music store, sell music instruments. You have kids walking into the store telling me, "Yeah, I got one of your old demos from the '90s." You do what? It's amazing. So you kind of left a footprint there, even though we never got anywhere. But yeah, it's like what got me into death metal was probably Death, Leprosy. I still consider that album, milestone. I love that album. I was more into the US type death metal than I was with the Swedish scene, like Entombed, Dismember, top-notch bands. I just never got into it in the same way as I did with Death, Morbid Angel, etc.
Right.
Yeah. So we were like outcasts in the outcast genre, I guess. Like the odd guys that never fit in the genre that wasn't supposed to fit in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But we did some shows. We played a lot. But yeah, we never really got anywhere and call it quits in '99. But I mean, I was lucky. I got to see a lot of cool bands back in the day, like All Pestilence with Martin doing vocals, Morbid Angel when they did. I think that was the second Swedish show, and their and their biggest show until that time was like 3,000 people in the crowd, which was amazing for a death metal show in Sweden.
Right?
Sure, especially back then. Especially back in those days.
Oh yeah. It's like it's a small genre. It's like about to explode.
Was that the that Grind Crusher tour they did with like I think it was like Carcass and Napalm Death or something like that? I remember they were '89. Or maybe that was just in the UK. They did
That must have been slightly later, because I mean the first Entombed album came up in like '90, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the Grind Crusher. Oh, sorry, I'm mistaken things here.
Morbid
Yeah,
Angel.
you might be right. You might be right there.
Yeah, because I remember them going over to do that tour, the '89 tour. And it was like their first tour, actually, except for that Morbid tour they did in in the '80s, which was like 4 shows in New York with Immolation set up. It's like Immolation, Morbid Angel, and Revenant. A lot of those shows.
Pardon? What was that?
Was like their first official kind of tour, I guess you would call it. Morbid Angel, that would have been in '88. Yeah, but yeah,
that's Morbid Angel first time in '90.
Yeah, '90.
Right after Altars of Madness, which is still a milestone in the death metal genre, I think.
Oh yeah. That record blew my mind. I mean, I knew all the songs, from the first unreleased record and the demos and all. I had all that, but when they got, Pete got in the band, and it was just everything just went up next level.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they were definitely the band we all looked to as like they were the top.
Oh yeah, as good as it got.
Most professional and tightest, and the whole thing was just.
And the stage presence so incredibly aggressive. Stage.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was like going to a ritual or something. It was
yeah. Actually, my wife and I like to travel. We like to go visit cool places, and we went to see the place where that venue was only like a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
In a park, so it's like fairly big stage, etc. It's like there hasn't been a show there for many years, but I mean, just the nostalgia going in there is like, okay, this is where it happened. Wow.
Yeah.
So that was a really special feeling.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Great days indeed. So let's get into the guitars. Let's get into the guitars a little bit. So me and Jorgan constantly message each other and what guitars that our wives will not let us get, and so what's some of the new guitars that you've gotten in the last couple of years that
me
that have been really special to you? Yeah, because I know you showed me a few that you got, and
we both have a bunch of guitars, I guess. I got a few of my guitars on the wall. I figure that'd be appropriate background here.
Yeah.
The past few years, I've really gotten into ESP or E2 Horizons. Those are my workhorses when I tour, when I'm flying. It's like so well made, so solid, slightly chunkier neck that I just love.
Yep.
Should I pick that one down from the wall? Yes, I should.
It looks like I see like
if you have to ask, the answer is always yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So here's one of my workhorses.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Full. Jed says full ESP crew here.
Yep. Damn right.
Jed, everybody.
That.
Yep. The Reindeer Blue.
Yeah. Nice.
And I mean, a happy guitarist is a tired guitarist, so you always had to mod things one way or another, right?
Yeah.
I noticed you got the same thing on one of your guitars.
I just put the
stick markers.
Yeah, that way.
I got my little philosophy there. Once mistake, twice stupid. I learned this on my first flying show with Sentinix. We were in Slovakia at a festival, and the spot where I was standing, like a few seconds in a row, it got totally dark there. I couldn't even see the guitar.
Yeah.
And I was like fairly new to the band, and I'm used to being a vocalist and guitarist in Dead Awake, and I play like economically. I don't move my hand as much across the fretboard, and Sentinix is the other way around. It's like the exact opposite. And when you can't even see shit, it's like, where's my guitar? It's like, okay, I've got to do something about this. So glow in the dark side markers.
Yeah.
got some FU tone parts. You familiar with those, Alex
Of
Mhm.
course.
and Jed? Like the locking screws, intonation screws, little inserts here. We were on tour in Spain, and I had the stock inserts,
Mhm.
but stainless screws. And one of those inserts just imploded. Just, you
Oh shit.
know, it just went into pieces in the middle of
Yeah.
a tour. And I only had two guitars. I had this, and I got a black one too.
Yeah.
They're pretty um, identical, I guess.
Yeah.
But, so okay, something better not happen to my backup guitar. So I had like one totally useless guitar with me for the rest of the tour. So when I got home, okay, let's order some titanium parts.
Right.
So got the inserts, got the locking screws, the intonation screws, got the posts.
Yeah.
With the screws for the locking tuner.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Got the brass block in there,
Right.
Yeah.
and those little
Those
noiseless springs. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
cool. And Swedish-made pickups, Lundgren, M6, like the Meshuggah signature pickups.
Mhm.
Probably the best pickups I've ever tried. I've tried a lot of pickups, like
Yeah.
Active, Massive, Duncan's, DiMarzio's, Bill Arns, EMG. I know you like Fishman's. I like those too, but I kind of was drawn away from Active. I try to avoid having batteries and checked in baggage when we fly.
Sure. Yeah.
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 So I had to try these, and okay, I'm hooked. Best
Yeah.
pickups I've ever tried. I'm so happy. They're very balanced, very natural. It's like you don't have to do that much to your tone in terms of tweaking amps, etc. It's like I'm just there.
You're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it
You
is
said
it
it looks
a
like
is it a hot pickup? The
It's fairly hot. I don't experience as being very hot, but yeah, it's pretty hot.
yeah.
Got a bit of
Chief
bite.
said it looks like it has some weight to it.
Yeah, well, sure. I like heavy guitars. It's got some
Yeah.
weight. It's
Yeah.
a mahogany thing with a maple top, so yeah, it weighs a bit. I never weigh my guitars. I never check the weight of them.
Yeah.
I never pay attention to that. I just like the comfort of having a pretty heavy guitar since I'm a pretty heavy picker.
Yeah.
Found the share of my-
Jed's talking about FU tone and stuff, particularly the titanium string blocks are essential. Yeah, I'm a dealer, as everybody knows. So, yeah, I can't say enough good stuff about it.
Oh, I love those things. I mean, I haven't broken a single part of my guitar since I put those in, so I'm happy.
So the Horizon is your go-to instrument? Would you say the Horizon shape is that something that's really comfortable?
Yeah, it ended up being that way. I used to play a lot of these. You can probably tell I got my satin black and background. I love those guitars. I still do. But flying with those things, I noticed you had a little accident with one of your Vs, Alex. My friend Urban from Vomitory had something similar happen to one of his Vs.
Oh yeah.
So I figured, I love the look of Vs. I like Vs, but I'm 53. Could have just settled with something like Hot Rod Strat-ish, like a Horizon. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a Horizon, it's such a like unique shape to the contours. Too. It's really beautiful.
It's like a missing link between the Les Paul and Strat somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love these guitars. They're really solid.
Mhm.
They're often still in tune after flights, which is a good sign, I think.
Oh yeah. I same for me. It's like when you're flying all the time in between shows, I will not bring the Vs for those runs.
I hear you.
Airport every day, with the guitars. It's just
never flown with a V so far. So
I love the feel of the V. There's something about it. It's magical.
Oh,
but
yes,
I love that. But here's one of my Horizons. Except it's the bridge.
Got one of those work. I love the finish of that one.
Yeah, and they sound really good. I don't know.
Yeah, very resonant.
Yeah, they got a great tone to the guitars. And I guess it's like kind of the Les Paul approach where it's the maple top with a mahogany body.
It's a Les Paul with a bit more snap to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those old ESP standards, just like that one, but solid black. It's a killer guitar.
So you have a USA one as well, right? You have a USA. ESP, you have an ESP USA as well.
Oh yeah. Let me go get it for you.
Yeah, I'm curious about the differences between the USA made and the Japanese.
I like that V right behind him. I'm gonna throw some comments up.
Pardon?
Hey, Christoph is back with us. Shredboards with us.
Yeah.
Jed.
Oh, sorry, I missed the comments there.
The cases, Jed.
The cases, Jed. Oh my God! And those ESP cases. I don't know if you have any of those for your V's, Jed. Like, oh my God, traveling those things first. Oh, there you go. Oh wow.
Yep. US made Horizon.
Oh yeah.
It's probably one of the best guitars that I've ever touched in my life.
Wow.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I've had this for a few years. I sold a German-made Warwick bass, a US-made Jackson Soloist, and a Mesa single rectifier to get this one. The price.
How do you compare the build to the Japanese?
Yeah.
It's different. I wouldn't say better or worse. It's different. The neck is slightly chunkier, which I like. It's very solid. It's got a really beefy tone to it. I've done a couple of shows with this. Probably won't happen again. I'm afraid something will happen to it. I'll have to wait 2 years to get one of these. But it's really solid, real fat, real chunky. I think it's compared to Japanese custom shop made guitars. This is beefier sounding, it's chunkier, it's thicker. The Japanese made more sparkle to it somehow, and slightly smaller, thinner necks.
Yeah.
That's like your guitar.
Thanks, Jed.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, this is incredible. I'm really happy I got this one. Didn't regret it for a second. This is so nice.
Yeah.
But it is a different beast than a Japanese made one. It's very different from the E2s. It's got this really big volute to the neck.
Oh,
you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels real solid.
Yeah.
Right.
It finds as I'm beating the shit out of my guitars.
I don't think you're gonna have a headstock break with that volute, right?
I never had that happen to any of my guitars ever, actually. Hope it'll never happen.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely won't with that one.
And you have those.
Won't happen with that one.
Well, I'm never gonna fly with this one.
Yeah. What's the story with the Strat? Is that a Fender Strat behind you?
Oh, the wet one? No, but that's an ESP2. That's a Vintage Plus.
Oh wow! Oh, let's see that.
Let me go get it.
Yeah, I have to hunt one of those down.
I do every time he moves. Is that an urban camo on that V?
That is an NV in urban camo.
Yeah,
I don't think there are more of those made. Actually, I think that's the only one. Might be wrong there.
They discontinued them. Yeah.
You see that?
Nice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And I mean, I like Fender Strats, but I mean, it's like I rarely. Right back to you, Jed. I've never tried a Fender Strat that feels like this is me. This is my guitar. But I mean, this is, bullseye for me. Yeah. It's a top-notch Strat, and the neck is like, okay, I'm home. It's just 100% me. It's such a nice guitar. It sounds amazing, feels amazing. Also has that really solid feel to it.
Yeah.
And what is that bridge too? Because I know the bridges that they used on those Vintage Plus. Were they like it's like a Wilkinson or something?
Yeah, it's a Wilkinson.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Works real well. It stays in tune really nice, and I like the feel of it. It's like somewhere in between a Floyd and a Kahler, but it's not a locking tremolo.
Right.
So that's a really nice one.
They stay in
I'm
tune.
really happy I got this one.
Yeah.
If you can get a secondhand one, they're not that pricey either. So
Right.
I got lucky.
Yeah, when it was on the wall, I couldn't. It was kind of dark. I couldn't see what the headstock was. I was trying to figure out if it was Fender or
asking, man.
ESP. Yeah. It's like show and tell, man.
Yeah.
Pardon?
It's like show and tell.
Show and tell.
Like we just keep show me that one.
So should we try to make Jed happy now?
Yeah. I think Jed wants to see the NV. He's asking for the NV. So we got to see that.
Hey, man. Pardon me, Alex?
The NV.
Yep.
Let's see that one.
Be right back.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Bunch of kids at the candy store here.
Oh yeah. So let's go get the really good one.
He needed to schedule a partner or an assistant for today. He didn't know it.
Well,
yeah, that's it. Yep.
There you go. There you go.
So here we go.
Ooh, I like that.
Woodland camo.
Beauty. Yeah.
NV standard. And to kill all the rumors there, for some reason, these guitars tend to float around in various Facebook forums, etc. People are like, yeah, that's a custom shop. No, it's not. Yes, it is. I should know. It's my guitar. But no, this is not a custom shop. That's a little known fact about ESP. Back in the day when they did their ESP standards, if you knew the right people, you could get a few custom shop light features like different finishes, different pickups, etc.
Right.
So I decided to get one. The story was actually I ordered the Urban Camo, and someone screwed up. I don't know who ended up. I really don't care, but I got this one. I got the Woodland Camo.
Yeah.
And I opened the case, was like, no. Got so pissed off. And I had it laying around for a couple of days, and I realized, damn, this is actually really, really nice. And it plays different from, I've got like the satin white. I also have a white one. Satin black. I also have a white one. Beginning to mix words here. This is like, it's got this really solid, really well-made feel to it somehow. It feels like a custom shop, but it is a standard.
Yeah. I mean, I've played custom shop ESPs and the standard series ESPs. Not much of a difference. I mean, you know, maybe a little bit more attention to detail on certain things, but they're both. You can't go wrong with a ESP standard guitar.
No, the standards are amazing.
Yeah.
But these were like pretty much out of the box, perfect for me. I love Kaler tremolos. I do have like the Horizons with Floyds. I've learned to love those too, but I am a Kaler guy. These came with factory mounted Kaler tremolos. The cross of iron inlays, I love those.
Yeah.
And it's got like the white binding. These usually had like pearl type binding from the factory.
You got an unfinished neck on the back, it looks like, right? So,
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah,
but I really like this one, so I decided to keep it and order like the Urban Camo 2, which was what I originally wanted. So yeah, I've got probably the only two NVs in camo. I'll go get the Urban Camo 2.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Yeah, man, I'm a sucker for Urban Camo. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Jed said he had 2 standard Eclipses back in 2006. He wish he would have kept them.
Yeah, you got to get another one, Jed.
Treat yourself.
Yep. So Urban Camo.
There's another one. Oh, look at that.
But this is slightly different. Actually, it came with a tone pot, which the NVs only came with the volume and the toggle switch. But for some reason, this ended up having a tone as well. And I actually ordered this with passive pickups. But I mean, I've changed back and forward. So this one currently has EMGs.
Okay.
It's got the white binding too. And ta-da! Back of the neck.
Ooh, that's nice.
So it's
like
all
that.
camera. This is also, it's standard. This is not a custom shop.
Yeah.
These are so nice. They're amazing instruments. I love all. I got 4 MVs. I love all 4 of them. They're just
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
You love
Yeah.
the back of it. Let's see.
Hi, Jed.
Mhm.
Yeah. We have Treadward E2 is no different than ESP standard.
It is.
as far as I
Yeah,
understand the brand.
I don't know why people think it's something different. E2 is ESP standard. They just changed that.
Yeah.
It is, huh?
Yeah.
It is. But in all honesty, I actually prefer the E2s compared to like older Horizons. I prefer the E2s. They're really well made.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
One notch up from the old ESP standards, I think.
Right. Right.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy with those.
Yeah, all my E2s are just, stellar guitars.
Oh yeah, they're top notch.
Yeah.
I rarely have to like adjust it, cross rod and things. They just work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Sweden is a country with like weird climate. In the winters are like really dry, no humidity. Selling guitars is a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass in the winter because we have like currently around 30%. Well, I mean, 45 is minimum. So, so imagine a nightmare.
Let's talk about that a little bit because I know you work. That's what you do for a living. You're selling guitars. So, how did you get into that business?
Yeah. Okay. Well, here comes the truth. When I was like in my 20s, I finished school and everything. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do with my life? What am I gonna do for a living? I didn't have a clue. And someone told me, okay, you like guitars, you like music, you like instruments. Yes, I do. Ever consider working in a music store? And I was like, me selling things, being a salesman? Are you nuts?
Yeah.
But I tried it out as a trainee at a music store, and yeah, here we are, 30 years later.
Wow.
So yeah, it worked out. I ended up being a pretty good salesman, I think.
30 years.
So it seems. I've been called, the salesman who could sell sand in the Sahara Desert. So I guess I'm doing something right. But yeah, I ended up selling guitars, and I've actually only worked in one music store since '94.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm back at my first job. It's a company called Musikbörsen in Swedish, Music Börsen. You probably pronounce it like. It was a really old chain of stores. We were like, back in the day, what was it, like 20, 25 stores? And Sweden is a pretty small country.
Yeah.
And shit happened, and we went out of business in 2019. And I did my first show with Centenex the Saturday after we went out of business with the store. So life was whoa back then. But
yeah.
Went out of business and did get something different for a year and a half. Worked in a pet store. I'm a cat guy, so that was great too. Met a lot of nice people. Still keep in touch with staff at the store on a really tight, regular basis. But my colleagues decided to give it another shot with the music store and started up. And yeah, here we are, back in business since like 5 years ago.
Wow, that's awesome.
What is I have a question. Let me throw out a couple of these so I don't get too far behind. Hero 2 that's been plucked. I had absolute best guitar I've ever owned. Phenomenal instrument. And Jed said he's happy for you. So in your store and in Sweden, what is a top selling guitar?
Good question. We sell a lot of Fenders.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of Fenders, a lot of Gibsons. Ibanez. There are trends coming and going, so things change. We've sold a lot of ESPs. I used to be, I believe, the #1 ESP salesman in Sweden for a while there.
Wow.
So yeah, I've sold many ESPs and LTDs. So.
Yeah. What is the biggest trend you're seeing right now with guitars in general?
Biggest trend? Actually, I don't have a clue.
Okay.
I don't have a clue what the big trend is right now.
Okay.
I get a feeling we're going through some kind of change. Something is changing, but I don't know. We sell a lot of secondhand gear, a lot more than we did in the past. So
Okay.
if that could be an answer, I would say, secondhand is really growing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, because does that have to do with like pandemic guitars and the big glut that we had on the market?
That
Or
changed things.
people just, I think with me personally, I kind of caught on to, well, if I buy a new guitar, most people keep their guitars, most people like new anyways. So, I mean, you can get good deals on the secondhand market. It's almost like buying a secondhand car, only somebody didn't tear up the car.
Or they
You know?
did.
If that was a good analogy, I don't know.
Yeah. But I'd say that is the new trend. I think we sell a lot of secondhand instruments.
Yeah.
There's better margin than that. Every product is unique when you're selling secondhand. How would you compete with this one?
Right.
If it's secondhand, there's only one of these in the world, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So I mean, how do you put the correct price tag on that? That's kind of difficult. But how do you compete with that? It's a unique product,
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what your opinion is of this question. Solar guitars are pretty solid for the price point. What's your thoughts on
solar guitars?
Yeah.
They're good guitars. They're not for
Yeah.
me, but they were really good. I see a lot of people playing those. So yeah, that's kind of a trend, I guess.
I would say maybe for the price point, but I had one, the pink guitar, Alex.
Yeah.
Pink black splatter.
Was that had or have?
Had for a very short. It was a trade. It was a trade, and Alex, what did I have it for? Like a month.
Something like
that. Yeah, and I didn't even have a problem with it being pink black splatter. It was okay. It looked cool. It just felt, I don't know. To me, it felt cheap, and I'm sure, like there's a higher end side of Solar that I didn't have.
I haven't tried those, but I mean, I have a lot of friends playing those guitars. I mean, they're nice guitars.
Oh yeah.
They're not for me, but they're really nice guitars,
Yeah. Let's see. The next question from Cheech. What was your worst customer complaint about guitars? Oh boy, I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, well, I bought a Slash signature guitar. I bought a Slash signature amp. I have the same type of pedals that Slash has. Why don't I sound like Slash?
Oh man.
Yep.
Well, wait a minute. Did you tell him you need Slash strings?
Yeah.
Do you have a Slash strings?
Could be because you suck.
Sorry. Well, you could just keep milking it. Well, did you hear there's like a Slash cable? Did you try that?
Yeah. Consider changing your name?
Yeah. Playing more, buying less?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, the other way around. The only solution when you work in a music store, you need one more guitar.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, you need one more. Always one more.
Yeah.
That's one.
What is the aside from ESP? Well, listen, what's the best new guitar out there right now?
The best new guitar? Are we talking brands or models or
both?
I tried a new Yamaha the other day, a Pacifica.
Ooh.
It's like not that pricey, but I mean that's top notch for the money,
Yeah.
I can't remember exact model. It's like the price range about $1,000, I think.
Yeah.
It felt like $3,000.
Yeah. Seems like Yamaha's kind of making a comeback on the electric side, right?
Yeah, always made good gear,
Yeah.
Always did.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Kiesel guitars?
Only let's see, that's the old carving stuff, right?
Yeah.
I haven't tried the Kiesels. I've tried old carvings. You used to distribute carving, actually.
Oh yeah.
So those were top notch. Really, really nice instruments.
Yeah. Kiesels are really good too. I like them a lot.
Well, I'm trying to. Sweden is a small country, and all the goodies don't always reach our country, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Well, and for us, I always say Kiesel, in my opinion, Kiesel's kind of like the custom shop that you can get. Like you could spec out and then we're in California, you could spec out whichever guitar, however you want it, whatever you want in it, and they'll build it custom, and they're kind of affordable.
Yeah.
I mean, if you tried to do that with Fender, you'd be $5,000, $7,000, $8,000.
You'd be robbed.
Oh, yeah, right. And then you'd have, as soon as you got it, you have to take it and get a setup.
Yeah.
Get a proper insurance for it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here's back on the Slash. You have to wear a top. You could have sold the top hat.
Yeah.
The top hat. Shit. Okay. Good sales point. Thanks.
Snake. Yeah, Carmen had a nice concept. Yeah, and they're still Kiesel has it now. Every time I
their little store on the Strip in LA back in like '97.
What's your experience with Gibson? Is it really?
The serious, simple answer to that is yes. They've improved a lot. I mean, you see a lot of whining on the internet about Gibson guitars these days, but come on, they're fucking amazing. They make great guitars again. They're top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which year Gibson Les Paul would you stay away from? Which years?
2015.
I was going to say 15 to 18.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Steer clear.
Yep. Open the case and stop in the name of all that which does not suck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I think my last one, I said 18 because I had one when they were trying to make them a little more modernized with the Mojave burst and all that. It was the worst guitar ever.
How about the zero fret necks, the nuts, and like the robot tuners and things?
Oh yeah, no.
Cringe
Thanks,
supreme.
Christoph, every once in a while I'll come up with a good question. It's like a broken clock being right twice a day. So you think Gibson quality control is getting better?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Seriously, honestly, yes. I've seen a lot of guitars. I've seen a lot of Gibsons. I saw a few one in the '90s that weren't really that happening either. But
okay,
I mean, the past couple of years, no, they're amazing. They're beautiful, well made.
Yeah,
really nice finishes, great playing. No, top notch.
Yeah.
No complaints there.
I'm trying to think. I want to pick your brain about so many guitar things. Go, Alex, while I think, because I have a million questions. I need.
Well,
shoot,
my question about the Gibsons is: does it justify the price?
I don't know about the price in the U.S. If you compare prices in Sweden, I mean, haven't really changed that much for the past few years.
Okay.
But I mean, we got a lot of competition from the internet, so I mean, it could be that our margins have dropped, but the prices are, where they were a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Right. What is the best upgrade that somebody can make to a guitar?
The best upgrade?
Let's say so let's qualify it like an affordable guitar. What's the best upgrade for the money and playability?
If you're looking at a cheap one, if you get a really cheap one, make sure you file the nut properly. That's a really cheap way, but very expensive if you screw it up. Change, pots for quality pots, electronic components, good switches, good pots, etc. If possible, get a good fret job.
Yeah.
And just play the damn thing. Don't look for scratches. Don't look for like small inconsistencies in the finish or etc. Play the damn thing.
Yeah, right. I agree.
Part of my English there, but yeah.
Shredboard, I'll get to you in a second because I want to dovetail on his. Here's a question, and Alex and I were talking about this before we went live. So you mentioned pots. So I had somebody a customer asked me last week, and I'm actually considering carrying these, but the Bumblebee oil capacitors and the Emerson pots, as opposed to CTS. Any difference in your opinion? Seems to be a new thing. It seems to be a new thing.
I haven't really compared brands, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not that much of a nerd, I guess. But I don't.
Well, I had somebody ask me the other day, and then I started looking into it. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a couple, just do a wiring harness for one, but I didn't know when I talked to Emerson, I don't even know if they could put it in words why theirs are better than CTS. Now I know import, like the import alphas in the CTS, you said that's a good upgrade. Some of that has to do with the taper, right?
Well, something. It does make a difference, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, those parts are actually more important than people think. But make sure when you buy a guitar that it resonates well. It's got a good acoustic tone to it. That's a good start, you know.
Right.
And if you can't judge that yourself, bring someone in who's got good ears for it. That will make a difference.
Right. So Shredboard has Gibson got a Plek machine in last year. Oh, welcome to the 21st century, Billy Bob. All right. So, and I want to dovetail into that question. So, Plek machines. So, Plek machine, hand fret leveling, which is better in your opinion? It's like 20 questions.
Oh no, shoot. No, I could sit here for 2 more hours, so no problem.
We may.
Pardon?
We may. You never know.
You never know. Plek thing is good. It's great. Tried a few guitars with that. Yeah, it's fine. I also tried. I have a friend who's like probably one of the best in the country of doing fret jobs. There's something more organic about the feel of a real man-made fret job. But we're talking nuances. It's like the subtle little details there.
Right.
I would probably prefer having, man-made. But
I agree.
hey, I'm old school. I'm Mr. Analog.
Yeah.
So I kind of prefer it that way. It feels safe having, a human doing it for you somehow. As long as he knows or she knows what he or she is doing with it,
Right. Well, and I think I was watching, this has been a while ago, I was watching Phil McKnight, and he answered that question, and he said he thinks that a person can do it as well as a Plek machine, but not 1,000 times in a row. You're going to miss something.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, that was the best I've heard it put,
Yeah.
Like over and over and over.
Smart answer,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We have another one. My friend who builds guitars feels like it was created in a lab.
The lab rat guitar.
I'm curious about that. I've never had that done.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, the consistency of doing it 1,000 times.
Right.
And humans have bad days.
Yeah,
don't have to like it, but those are facts.
That's true. Well, but there's also things that humans, like the machine, the Plek machine, consistency, it has it. And it's going to do it the same way every time. But I'll give a good, for instance, yesterday I had a customer drop off a Telecaster. And he does this bend that's like like a 14-step bend. There's a way up in there. And when he hits one spot in the fret, it gets a little dead. So, and that's something, how do you program that into a machine?
Very simple. You need a fully flat fretboard, no radius whatsoever. You're all set.
Yeah, right. So let's see. I'll
go pick another guitar while we're at it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's see.
Well, I'm shooting the questions because usually I get these questions, so I get to turn the tables now.
Enjoy.
Why did Sweden lead to selling more Evertune equipped guitars? That's actually a pretty cool question.
Not really. No.
No.
No. Those won't, tweak the cross rod.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and You know, it's funny. So here on the East Coast of the United States, we all whined about this winter because it was so god awful cold and the humidity was so low.
It was.
Oh, geez, it was rough for us.
For us, yeah, we had a bad winter. You guys were good. It was actually when I was.
If I'm having a winter, I'm having a bad one. I hate the winter.
Oh, I know.
That's a good way of putting it.
Ooh. I know that guitar. That is a beauty right there. That's a Snapper, right? Snapper.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's an original series, so it's made in the custom shop.
It's definitely on my bucket list. One of those guitars.
Oh. Yep. This one has been a nostalgia to it for me. As I mentioned, we went out of business with the store, and it was like a really rough period in my life. You know, professionally and emotionally, it was like, yeah, it was a rough one. And a few colleagues of mine in another city, like a couple of hours drive south of here, opened a new store way before we did. The pandemic kind of screwed things up there. And I went to visit those guys. I said, hey, I got to go check the guys. We're all friends. And they had this beauty in the store secondhand. So it ended up going home with me. So, yeah, this one's got a special place in my heart, I guess.
Yeah, that's a nice guitar.
How do you compare that to the Vintage Plus?
It's very different, actually. It's got a chunkier neck.
Yeah. Okay.
Thicker neck. An overall different feel to it. It's got an ash body. Vintage Plus, I believe, is Aller. So this got an ash body. Different pickups, different tremolo.
Is that a Seymour Duncan in there? Or
yeah, these are Duncans. I can't remember which models though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a beauty. I love that wood finish. The wood finish too is really nice.
Yeah. Is that swamp ash, right?
Yeah, it is ash. I'm not sure which type ash, but yeah, it's called burner because I believe they treat it with flames somehow to get all the grain out.
Right. This way. Yeah, that thing is beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I love this guitar. It's like I don't use it that often. Did use it in the studio on the second Dead Awaken album. One particular song is like real low tuning.
Right.
Ended up working great. Yeah. Alex, I know you kind of like this one, so I had to put it behind me here.
Yeah, I have one of these days. I'll get one of them in my arsenal.
You should at least check them out.
Yeah. I've been curious, so.
But like you said, the quality, ESP standard or E2 compared to the custom shop. This is custom shop made, and the Vintage Plus is standard. I would say the quality is pretty equal on those two. They're just different in terms of specs and feel.
Yeah.
But the quality is pretty equal.
Right. Yeah. I have another question.
Sure.
And they're just popping in my head. We have you here. It's good to take advantage of it. So yeah, you can answer it if you want. My questions are goofy sometimes.
I'm goofy.
So all right. So new guitar player, younger, older, whatever, and maybe there are two different answers. First guitar, they come in looking for a guitar, and you're advising them on what they should get, electric or acoustic, and then what kind.
Depends what gets you going, actually. I mean, if you're into metal, don't buy a nylon string acoustic because that will never sound like metal. Right. Your new guitar should inspire you to play, not kill your passion for it.
Yeah.
So that would be this possibly stupid as a salesman, but yes, that's honest. We want happy customers. I'm very picky about that.
Right.
Especially with young people, I want those to be happy. I want them to have a future in this.
Right.
Yeah. Play something that inspires you. I think that's the correct answer. Yeah.
To me, it is. I'm very honest about things there. I hate salesmen that lie to customers, especially, on purpose. I think that sucks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't kill the customer's passion for music.
On
the other hand, I mean, if you're into like classical, you shouldn't buy an electric guitar.
Yeah.
True. So whatever fits their playing style. And So I think I've changed over the years, and I've said this on prior shows. Like I would think first guitar, you don't need an amp and all that stuff if you go acoustic. I've completely switched that way of thinking. So electric, I think, is probably easier to start on.
Yeah,
because of the string tension and things like that.
Yeah, I kind of have a hard time, figuring out rights or wrongs there. It's like we're all individual. So individuals. So if an electric is right for this person, there's a bit of psychology involved there for me as a salesman to, figure out what this person needs to boost their interest in this and, keep them going.
Right. And that's so I've talked about this before. My daughter, when she played guitar, we bought her a heavy metal flake hot pink, because she was a little girl, hot pink Daisy Rocks. And I was trying to get her a Martin, and she goes, my wife's like, you don't understand. She's not going to play it. She's a little girl. She wants to play something sparkling and pink. And she did. She was like dead on the money, which, it goes back to what you're saying. Get them something that fits them.
Exactly. I mean, the visual aspect of the guitar is actually part of it. I mean, I wouldn't ever buy a guitar that I consider ugly. It's got to be pretty damn good if I'm going to buy it, if it's truly hideous,
Yeah.
But if this young girl loves her pink guitar and plays it, it serves the purpose,
Right. No, it wasn't long. She went through the pink one and then into a purple Paul Allender, so it didn't take her long to get out of the pink.
Paul Reed Smith, right?
Yeah. But we still have the pink one. It's nostalgic. One day she'll say, "There's my first guitar." So Christoph says, "Do you guys still sell a lot of amps?" We're going to get into the debate now.
Oh, that's a good question, actually. The answer, honestly, is no. We don't sell as many amps at all these days. We got all these little digital toys. 100-watt stacks. That's been a while. So
Jed knows I'm baiting in.
Yeah, don't look at me. You know I play rectifiers.
No, he knows it's me. I'm fishing right now.
Oh, you're the bad digital.
Oh, I'm the one that'll be like, oh, here we go. We're going to talk about pushing air. So can you push air without a tube amp?
I'd rather not.
Push air.
Let's keep it tubes, boys.
This is me. I like tube amps. I just like to troll them just a little bit. He said,
yeah, well,
that's so sad.
On the tour we just did, Jorgan, Marduk and Mayhem, no amps, first time doing that. They were going, we were the only ones with tube amplifiers on the tour.
Yep.
It sounded good, but it, not my thing.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I want tube.
Yeah, me too. I'm the same way. That's on the rider when we do flying gigs. Always two tube heads for guitar. Period.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done a gig with solid state even or digital in like 20 years plus.
Did you go through that little period in the 90s where it was the rack mounts and power
period?
Yeah. And the thing is like that was such a
12 units.
And then all of a sudden it's just like went back to straight into a Marshall head and hearing the tubes and that natural gain and distortion versus that digital sounds. I mean, some really cool sound effects and all, but it just there's no comparison to me.
Yeah, I used to have like a 12-unit rack full of Mesa gear and shit. I'm a Mesa guy. I've been playing Mesas since '92. Yeah, I used to have a rack with like Mesa Strategy 400, like 2x200 watts tube.
Yeah.
Like quad preamp. I've had triaxes. I had
triaxes.
I had two triaxes running in parallel for a while. nice and cheap rig. I had tons of rock drum gear, etc., etc., etc.
The Voodoo valve. Do you remember the Voodoo valve?
Oh yes, yeah, and it's digital chameleon brother.
Yeah.
Yep. It sounded pretty good actually, but something happened. Something like kind of wet. I shifted gears in here, and I realized, okay, I'm using one tone. I don't do any switching.
Yeah.
Is there a good point in having a 12-unit rack for me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, how can you look yourself in the mirror without feeling pretty damn stupid when that thought pops up in there? Yeah. So, yeah, when we were recording the first Dead Awaken album in the studio, my tri-axis preamp kind of screwed up, went shit. So we had, ship it into service, into repair for a few weeks in the middle of recording. Thanks. So I had to redo all the guitar tracks. After that, I just borrowed a rectifier head from work, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm home. This is it. Never look back. No more rack.
So Jed said it's okay. The two guys are pretty. Yeah, and I'm just. So usually people give me shit in the comments about saying that. So now I just say it every week, just to mess with people. I'm that guy. If you say black, I'll say white, and vice versa.
Oh, the D word, D for digital.
Yeah.
6-string.
They do a Kemper, and he gets buried by real amps. He should turn the volume up.
Ooh. Well, Shred, that's kind of interesting, actually. I used to be heavily into Devin Townsend. I still am. Jed, you should know that. And I went to see Devin live a few years ago in Stockholm. As always, puts on a killer show. But, something about the sound just wasn't right. You've probably been there at a show, and you can just tell that something's wrong.
Sure.
Looked on stage. Kempers.
Oh.
I'm not so sure that's the answer, but there was a difference.
Yeah.
And I've only seen Devin play tube amps before that, with strapping and Aladdin as a solo artist. So up until that point, great guitar tone. It still sounded great. There was just something missing.
Something was different.
I couldn't quite put my finger on. And it kind of proves it, actually. You look on stage and realize, okay, those aren't tubes.
Yeah.
And I mean,
we have another question. You know what, Alex? I just realized, I think it's great having him on today and being able to shoot all these questions. But now I'm thinking, oh my God, all these questions. I'm going to have to sit here and write them all down in the notes. It's fun doing this. I'm sitting here going 1,000 questions. What did you think of? All right, so next one. Tubes are cool. Look, we price a lot of money, especially for younger players. Yeah. So that's a good point, which brings up another question to me. So when you have a younger player, I get them in here every once in a while, and they're looking around, what is my sound? What kind of amp do I get? I'm just starting out, all that kind of stuff. So sometimes I tell them, you can go in and get some modelers online and kind of figure it out and get you close before you go make the big purchase, right? Do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Amplitude, you could, test it out, kind of get close, and because they're playing through. I'm talking about the younger people. They're playing through headphones.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, if you haven't compared to tubes, you could be perfectly happy, playing digital stuff.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it. If you find your tone, if you find your sound, and you're happy with it, how could that be wrong? Sure. It's not necessarily a substitute for something if you don't even know the difference.
Right.
Right.
Well, and I'm not even necessarily talking about tubes or solid state or effects or whatever. I'm just if somebody's trying, hey, I just started guitar, I just started lessons, I just bought this guitar, I don't know which amp to get, I don't know which pedals, I don't know. Yeah. So
you got a toolbox there.
Excuse me?
You got a toolbox there. with the digital stuff. You know,
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
all
exactly.
kinds of stuff in there.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
So you
let's
can
see
knock
where that.
yourself up. And I mean, problem is there's a fair chance you will get lost in all the technology and all the possibilities in there.
Yeah,
I mean, less is more. That's not a stupid phrase, you know.
right, right.
So
I agree. All right, let me
get what you need. Add that little spice, etc. But don't overdo it.
Yeah, my friend was running this Kemper for the
Sorry.
2 scoops of ass. We need to. I think you said that before. It was hilarious. We need to get that put on a T-shirt. 2 scoops of ass.
That,
Your digital stuff isn't cheap.
no, not at all.
No, but it still sucks hard.
Yeah.
And then true. All right, so I have another question. So he's like this guy with the questions.
No, shoot, come on.
Okay, well, I mean, you can't really go. I couldn't ask this question to anybody over here, like at Guitar Center or Sweetwater, because you're going to get a canned answer, you know. So when somebody comes in and they have their wife with them into my shop, and they're like, "Hey, my wife just doesn't understand why I have to immediately bring my guitar in after I buy it for a setup." Why is that? I always like the analogy I use is like going and buying a new car, and the salesman saying like, "Hey, on the way home, get an oil change."
Well, you know, you wouldn't buy a Ferrari and refuse to change oil, would you?
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't do it on the way home.
Well, if you buy a Kia,
what we're doing with guitars.
Yeah. I bought a Kia and had to do that. So yes, no. Sorry. Well, you know, guitar setup is not a one. It's like you don't do that on one occasion. You have to do it constantly. It's wood. It's organic. Yep. Living in Sweden is kind of easy to explain that because I mean, wood shrink when it gets dry. Yeah. And I mean, if you look at it like a Strat, the neck is made out of 2 pieces of wood or more. Those won't shrink as much when it gets dry, right? So what happens?
Right.
So I mean, you have probably different humidity in your home than we do in the store, since we have humidifiers there that still doesn't do enough good. But so yeah, you have to maintain your stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think manufacturers set the action high in the stores intentionally to hide defects in the fretwork?
How do you mean?
Like, do you think the manufacturers, and I think it could go 2 ways. So do manufacturers set the string height higher when they're out for sale to hide like high frets, imperfections in the fretboard?
You mean deliberately?
Yeah.
Nah, not really. Well, there are probably some people that do, but I have a hard time believing that. I mean, you don't want your brand to look bad, would you?
I don't know. It depends on who it is. Maybe 1 or 2. I think some of them just don't give a shit, tell you the truth. Martin guitars.
You manufacture guitars for the wrong reason then.
What's that?
You manufacture guitars for the wrong reason then.
Well, I think sometimes they're so big they get complacent. You know, they're like, no, people are still gonna. I'm gonna bag on Martin again. Martin guitars are like some big ass head like mine is still gonna buy a Martin, even if it's when he gets it, and it takes 3 to get it. People are still gonna buy Martins no matter how bad they are when they come in.
You know,
I just had a bad experience. I won't go over it again.
Well, we could go on with Kia cars then, okay.
I just got a random text, and I guess we could pick your brain on what you think about this. Jorgan is a friend of mine just sent me a random text, and it's related to guitars, and it's our friend Jeremy from Sanhedrin and Black Anvil, and so I guess today they just introduced the Gibson Custom Michael Shenker 1971 V. I don't know what the price point is, but it looks pretty nice. So I don't know. Were you aware of this? The Michael Shenker V limited edition that they just put out?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Yeah. So he just said, I guess it just got they did a video of it today actually.
Ah, okay. Gotta check that out.
But
What are we guessing? 20,000?
One more
yeah,
guitar that I'll never afford.
what do you think? What do you think the price point's going to be? It's 50 guitars, limited to 50.
Oh,
That'll be pricey.
I'm gonna say 25 US.
I was gonna say about 10, but that's probably not enough.
Yeah.
That you know what?
Let's
10
make that 20, 27.
10 is going to be the scaled down version of it, and then
It was shit at Plek job, right?
Yeah, that'll
What's
be
that?
the standard series guitar. Standard
Yeah, the
series,
standard.
and the custom shop Murphy Lab will be probably 25. I'm thinking. You know,
Jed said, no thanks. Alex is getting one. Alex already told me he's getting one.
If I was worth $1 billion, not even millions, but if I was worth $1 billion, I'd buy the guitar. Why not?
Kirk Campbell will buy two.
Well, Kirk Hammett has the guitar. He has the original 1971 Shenker guitar. So they probably got it off of Kirk to do the specs. You know,
Alex, what you said before about custom shops compared to E2s. Sorry, I'm back at the ESP camp again here. I got reminded about that when I saw Kirk Hammett's name. We did have a Kirk Hammett signature custom shop guitar in the store for a while. You know, the one with the orange sticker that says hot something.
Oh, yeah.
Like beaten to shit. I personally don't like the looks of it, but that could probably be like top 3 guitars I've ever tried.
Oh, wow.
It was so well made. I mean, the fret job on that is like off the chart.
And
different planet, you know.
Aren't they kind of aged a bit? Is like the neck aged a little bit?
Not that I could think of, not visually.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, that was something else. I didn't really pay much attention to it first because I don't like the looks of it. But as an instrument, holy shit!
Yeah, I mean, there's something about too. There's old ESPs too. You know, it's like the 80s ones and early 90s. Like I was Maverick. You know, that it just the neck is just nothing beats it out of all my guitars. You know, it's like still can't be beat. You know, something.
Well, it's been played for quite some time too. That does things to
it.
Yeah.
that did it as well. But yeah, there's something about there's old ones too. You know, it's like this. You know, handmade ESPs. You know, it's like you know, you got some magic in them. Sure.
Fred Ward doesn't like Kirk Hammett. He hadn't written a memorable riff since 1990. That's because he's buying and selling all these old guitars.
Yeah.
Pardon?
That's because he's buying and selling all these old antique guitars.
He's buying more like, you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not even going to start that one. Nope. I'm going to look like an asshole, so I'm not going to do that.
Now leave that to me.
Pardon?
I said leave the asshole part to me.
No. Okay. I'm fine with that.
You know, it's like the Greenies. So they did that.
I got to defend Kirk Hammett, and I have a lot of mutual friends of his.
Yeah.
Nobody has a bad thing to say about him. Good. I always say, good man. You know.
Jed does.
I'm speaking Metallica in general, so no.
I think Jed's talking about the riffs.
Okay.
Yep. What was that about the Black Album?
Let's see.
You know, I gotta say, the Black Album. I wasn't a fan of A Justice for All. You know, and you know, when I got that record, and obviously still coming off of Cliff passing away, and Master Puppets, I would be like the greatest heavy metal record ever made. It's just perfection. But
the Black Album,
Black Album,
Black Abomination.
Surprisingly, I liked it a little bit better than Injustice for All because just this, you know, it was stripped down.
I like it a little less,
you know, but it's not. It's obviously not the first 3 records. You know, if all of us that were there for that magic band can't beat it. But not too many bands got perfect records either. You know, they made Master Puppets. They made Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, we had that discussion before when we met in Gothenburg, actually, in 2024.
Oh,
But
okay.
I know you prefer Master Puppets, and I prefer Ride the Lightning. And same
I
with Ross and Bob, right?
Ross and Bob love Ride the Lightning. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. They're right. I'm Master Puppets guy, but I love it's.
But but you know that thing about music stores, we're not allowed to play Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
Stairway to Heaven has nothing compared to Nothing Else Matters.
Oh, or Enter Sandman. I'm sure that's another one.
Enter Sandman. I thought that was going to be it.
Nothing Else Matters is far worse.
Yeah.
In terms of working in the music store.
Yeah.
You know, 3 notes, and it's like, okay, I'm going to the shitter.
That's the Stairway to Heaven. Yeah.
So in Sweden, what are the forbidden riffs in the music store there?
Well, I'll make my own rules there.
Okay.
Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. No. Well, anything from the Black Album. I'm actually getting really tired of hearing Master Puppets.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like to the point where I don't really want to hear the album anymore.
That's because of that TV show, probably, right? The Netflix show. It's what I forget what it is. The Netflix show. The kid that played it.
Haven't seen it. So.
Stranger Things, right?
Oh.
I've never watched it, but I know it was a thing here for a while. Like all the kids were playing.
They did make custom shop Beast Rich guitars for it with NJ Series on the headstock. So you make a custom shop guitar that says NJ Series, which is Nagoya, Japan originally, on the headstocks. So you make a custom shop guitar to make like a cheapo Korean-made guitar.
Hey, don't throw rocks. I accidentally bought one.
Accidentally?
It's a long story. I was going to wind pickups and put it in it, and it was going to be easy. I didn't care. My daughter said it looked cool. And then I looked at it on Reverb. That this is a Black Friday sale here in the US. And I looked on Reverb and saw how much they were reselling for. And after Reverb fees, I made $1,000 on that guitar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I didn't like it in the first place. I just got it to wind pickups and throw it in it.
Does anybody know? I don't think I ever knew the answer to this. So speaking of BC Rich, NJ, what did the NJ stand for? NJ.
Nagoya, Japan.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I remember. I
remember being in Florida in like late 80s with my mom. And someone in the music store said, yeah, it's the New Jersey series. Nagoya, Japan.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It is a Shred Ward. Look at him, man. He's loaded for bear. He's calling everybody grandpas.
Okay, so you were 6. Okay, that means I didn't meet you at Cliff's last show, right? Shred Ward?
Well, to make you feel, if it makes you feel really young, I saw Ride the Lightning tour. I just put a post about it yesterday,
which I'll always envy you for.
Yeah, the only time I saw Metallica, Wasp and Armored Saint.
I would have loved to see that. They were on fire in '86 too.
What Shred Ward has to understand? It takes a lot of courage and work to get to this age, right?
Oh yeah.
You just have to get here and live to tell about it.
We just don't realize that you're getting senile.
We don't realize we're old. It hasn't made it to our head yet. We all still think we're 18. Our bodies don't think that.
I'm still 22.
Body feels 120.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I said our body feels 120. At least mine does.
Yeah.
Brain feels pretty good. Everything else is going to shit.
I need to change the fuse box here.
Yeah.
I think I'm a. You know what? I think I stymied myself on questions when I realized I had to document them. No, I think I ran out.
Pardon?
Or Jed said, "Hold my Geritol."
And what's Geritol?
I don't know. Is it like an antacid?
Yeah. It's like a medicine. Yeah.
Well, He's giving away his age. I used to hear my parents talk about that. 36 years old. Yeah.
I've stopped feeling old. I'm just having fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I had Alex and I talk about this. I think when I remember my dad at my age, he just seemed older. Like I think we're still like at my age, we're still riding skateboards. My dad would have never been caught on a skateboard.
Yeah.
Oh
Never
yeah,
tried
he
it,
said
actually.
Geritol. I was right. It is, and I thought it was. Most people say like Rolaids or Tums now. But Jed's older than us,
Jed.
maybe. Geritol. What else you got?
Geriatric something. Yep.
Yeah, probably
So
was.
what do we got in the future? Jorgan, another Dead Awaken release or stuff with that, or what do you got going on?
Should get starting on something like that. It's like inspiration been running kind of low there for a while, so we need to get things started again. Playing a show on Saturday will probably be inspirational.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where are you guys playing at?
A city called Gävle. It's like 2 hours drive north of here. A band called Moth are having the release party for the new album, and the drummer plays with me in Santonex, so it's like a family thing.
Nice.
Did a show with those guys almost a year ago, and top-notch band, really great guys, so they'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's great,
Cool.
man.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions before we go?
I do have a little goodie behind me. I have need to show
let's
you.
do it.
Oh, okay.
So, guitar nerd still at it.
It never gets old.
No.
Neither do we. So, this is a guitar that is really special to me. This is a BC from like early 80s.
Yeah.
One out of 175 made, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And I've had this since 1991. The summer there. And it went into depth. You probably recognize the shape from Chuck.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And you're gonna like this. You're gonna like this, Alex. My good friend Pat Ranieri from Hellwitch.
Yeah, Pat. Yeah.
Found this one for me at a pawn shop in Fort Lauderdale in late 90s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And
pardon?
Oh, wow. And so he gave you the tip and got the guitar for you, or?
Yeah. So I sent him the money, and I mean, this was long before the internet, long before PayPal and things. So I don't know how we worked that out. And he kept it under his mother's bed. That was a better neighborhood. Until me and my mom came to Florida like 7 months later to go on vacation. So I picked it up and brought it home, and I still have it. It's still in really good condition.
Wow.
Nice.
Changed the hardware to black. It was chrome when I got it.
Yeah. And you don't see many of those stealths.
No, there aren't that many made, like 175.
Yeah.
So since you're into fixing guitars, you'll like the location, the strap on there, Roger. The balance of this thing, despite the body being real small, the balance is amazing.
Really?
You want to hang it like this, it'll stay that way.
Yeah.
It can like tip forward a bit, but the balance.
That's what I was thinking when you showed me where the button was. I was thinking it would tip.
Yeah, it kind of does, but
that's okay. It's better than a dive.
Nope, no neck dive on this one.
Yeah,
and it's all maple, so it's got a pretty like specific tone to it.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
So thanks, Pat. Still have it.
Yeah.
Love Pat.
Oh yeah.
See, Jed said that's the real. He's talking about the guitar, real deal.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So Cheat says, do you collect guitars just to collect them, or do you use them for a purpose?
Good question, actually. I've played most of my guitars live at one point or another. I do have too many guitars to be considered totally sane, I guess. Don't play. I haven't played this guitar for many years now, but I can't part way with this it won't happen. I love it too much. It's got
Right.
a great story to it. But considering how many guitars I played live, I would say I got 4 guitars that play live,
Yeah.
and the rest is short. That's a bit of a collection, I guess. But I've sold a few of my old riches throughout the years. It's been under my bed in its case for 3 years. I haven't touched it. Will I miss it? Probably not.
Yeah. Well, and working in your field for 30 years, you have opportunities. You have buying opportunities, you know.
Oh yes, and selling opportunities, of course.
Yeah, yeah, true.
But yeah, no, I would say I have a bit of a collection. But I picked up my old black custom shop Beast Rich Bitch like a year ago. Hadn't touched it for years.
Mm-hmm.
I just strummed it and realized the tone of this thing is off the chart.
Yeah.
Strings are all dead, but it still has this nice resonant tone to it.
Yeah.
So there's no way I'll part ways with that. If I sell it, I'll never see it again. So
right. Yep. How many guitars do you have?
Good question. Next. Well, more than 2, less than 30, I'd say.
That's funny.
Well, it's honest.
Yeah. I got more than.
Well, wait a minute. The real question: how many more do you need?
Just 1.
There you go. One more.
Yep,
one more.
Yep.
He knew the answer right off.
Oh yes. 30 years, remember?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. When we were waiting to go on, Alex and I were talking. I was telling him I have my eye on 2 right now, and I'm trying to talk myself out of them.
Pardon?
Because I don't need them at all. What's that? Well, not buying 2, one or the other, and they're completely different guitars. But
yeah, well, funny thing is about my NVs and my Horizons. See, I got 4 NVs, and they're all pretty different in terms of feel and sound.
Yeah,
they're still very consistent, but they're still different. I could probably do a blind test and tell the difference between those 4.
Right.
Oh wow.
Right.
But they're still very consistent,
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Oh, anybody have anything else? If we don't, we've been going an hour and 32, and we could probably go for another hour and 32.
I don't know.
I don't know. For you, it's nighttime. You're rolling in
We can
night.
do it all over again since we're all senile. So.
Yes. We'll start asking the same questions.
Mm.
No, Alex and I are still trying to get used to doing these while it's daytime outside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we used to do this at 9:30 at night. Now we're doing daytime shows, so it's a little odd.
Yep.
Jed says, "Fun episode."
Thanks.
Yeah. Roger got to do his rapid fire question session. Yeah.
Oh, have you started yet?
What's that? I
Have you
have
started
more.
yet?
I have more.
Sure,
We'll have you
shoot.
back on, and I'll ask you the rest of them.
Yeah.
Pardon?
I said we'll have you on again, and I'll ask you the rest of my questions because I have you know how it is when you're sitting working on a guitar, your mind is just always like, I wonder why this is like this. I wonder why that's like that.
Wonder what's for dinner. Yeah.
Wonder what's for dinner. Yeah. I wonder when they're gonna come pick us up. Let's see. Great episode, and we'll cut it. Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody. I know at the beginning we get weird comments, but that's every week. That's just YouTube trying to find an audience. So these are the people that join every week. Thanks for joining us, and like and subscribe if you haven't. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks a lot, guys. Truly.